So far, so good. I
Yeah.
mean, excellent. I think I've been blessed,
Mm.
you know, blessing journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been what, a year and a half almost as MD of Fun Milk?
Yes, a year and a half. It has not been an easy journey because when I got the role, the first option on the table was to close down Fan Mill Ghana. People
Really?
know it in the business, We even have a business review last week, and people are kind of like such a change of faith
Yeah.
and destiny because the company was really going down, down, down. It was the most underperforming business in Africa for Danone.
Are you
So they
serious?
believe that,
And this is just a little over a year ago.
yeah, 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 business was losing money,
Mm.
and it has been disaster after disaster. So
Yeah.
when I took the challenge, I'd say I'm not going to Sub-Sahara, to my favorite country, to close the business. I will
Mm.
turn it around. So um, it came with some decision,
Mm-hmm.
to turn it around, but also, bring everybody. I created this campaign, Bring Back the Pride, that really resonate across the companies, the business, and all across employee, from factory to sales,
Mm.
and even to all our beloved customer, even the street vendors. We
Mm-hmm.
play that campaign, Bring Back the Pride, to really rally everybody to have this same focus. We need to turn around this company. So what does it take? And it has been a fantastic journey because we went to be the terrible child that the company was clearly looking at closing down,
Mm-hmm.
to be now we're the fastest growing market in Africa, Middle East, and Asia, because we are part of this
Yeah.
big territory.
Yeah.
The profitable, growing well, happy people,
Yeah.
our engagement score has shot up to be the best of the past 10 years. So people were like,
Wow.
this is not sustainable at the speed we are going,
Yeah.
and also transformation we are going. Things are going to break down, but we are a real family community,
Yeah.
fighting with a fighting spirit.
No,
So very
this,
proud of this.
that's interesting, huh?
Mm.
So why is it that when you were presented with the opportunity and you saw the dire state of the company,
Mm-hmm.
your first option wasn't to close it down? What was it about it?
Because I always believe that, you see, this company has been here for 65 years. And also, I had the opportunity to live in Ghana before.
Mm.
The unique business model, which is kind of, I call that a social ecosystem.
Mm.
People buy from the vendors because they know it and it's part of the culture. When people say, when I was young at school, it was the only treat I had,
Yeah.
I was like, it's impossible. We as Danone, as one was break down this business, nothing else. So I had some tough conversation with management that, can we look at ourselves and what did we do wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and not what Ghanaians have done wrong? Because as well, yes, economy and currency, but I don't believe into that because the world is changing constantly. So if you always take external factor to decide for you, then you will fail. But you will always need to perform
Yeah.
within a certain framework. So this is when really for me personally, I take it personal
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make it the best success.
Yeah.
And also for the people, because when you look at all the people who wake up every day, between the street vendors, the what we call agents, so where the vendors go and collect the product, it's close to 10,000 people. I say, just sending home 10,000 people,
Yeah.
plus the number of family living on it. So it's an ecosystem of 35,000 people, so impacting 35,000 people's life. So
Yeah.
for me, I was like, there is no way I would make it a personal decision, that commitment.
Yeah.
We are going to turn around, grow, accelerate, and change the narrative.
Yeah.
And
No,
yeah.
this is supposed to be a personality interview, but I'm seeing a master class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally seeing a master class in business leadership
Mm-hmm.
and transformation, how to transform a company that probably is going through tough times.
Mm.
So my question for you now would be, what did you do? What was the first thing you did in the mission to turning around?
So one of the first people. engaging people, and I put in place this open door policy, which was a different style from what was there before. So at least I allow everyone to walk in my office.
Okay.
And I also do something to be close to people. People are still surprised when they join Fan Milk. I tend to greet almost 100 people every morning. I walk around the factory, I walk around the office, and I
you
walk
greet
around.
almost 100 people
Yes,
every morning.
I greet almost 100 people every morning. And time to time during some around lunchtime, I walk around much further down to people working, whatever your status. I like this proximity because it's when people start feeling me, because I always believe that people who have known this business and worked there, dedicated their life, they know things that are not on paper, on a spreadsheet, or a nice PowerPoint. So they will tell you the basic things. So first, people, and secondly, simplifying the business. You know, I think the company has became so complicated with a lot of flavor and a lot of fine yogo, cocoa pine. I don't know if people remember all this, but I took the decision completely opposite of what people used to do. More and more and more. I say, you know what? Let's go back to the core. The core that we know how to do it well. Fine yogo, fine choco, and fine ice. So removing all the rest, simplifying the task, and also focusing on that no matter what. And I tell people, you know what? Nobody's going to come and save us. I'll be very honest with people, full transparency. No one's going to come and save Fan Milk. So we have to decide either we make it happen together or we are going to fail together. But also, I think it's go beyond me and beyond the company. It's this negative narrative about Africa, about you have a lot of FMCG who are moving away out of West Africa. Also, gives that purpose. We need to change that narratives.
Yeah.
You need to change it, and that indigenous brand can succeed and scale beyond where they are.
Right.
So giving a long-term vision and purpose. Why are we doing it? I always change people. Do we sell ice cream or do we sell jobs and employment? Because the number of people who live out of Fan Milk, these people every day, they have this T-shirt, chief executive officer. I always tell people the boss here is these people who wake up every day, whatever the weather, it's hot, cold. These people, they are the one paying our salary. If they don't go out, they're not. So I brought back the love and the passion that the core for our business is street vending. These young men and women who work and count on us. So we completely change this and bring that back to our heart. We reopen Fan Milk Academy. Okay. So these street vendors go to a school.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they go to a school.
Called the Fan Milk Academy.
Fan Milk Academy.
Wow.
So they will learn not about selling, actually, which is interesting. We think we're training them about basic life skills, about how do you manage a bank account? How do you manage savings?
Okay.
How do you manage personal hygiene? Because most of them wouldn't have done SHS. So they need that support. And for them, it's a family. And you have some fantastic story within Fan Milk. Some of the street vendors, now, I remember when I met one of the vendor in Tema. I said, why did you still stick to Fan Milk while the business was closing down? And he said, look, I didn't know my father. I didn't grow up with my mom, but Fan Milk put me where I am today. I said, give me a concrete example. He said, I have 2 daughters and 1 son, and all of them, one is a doctor, one is a lawyer, and one is a pharmacist. So through the work, through Fan Milk, as selling in the street, I've been able to build a family, and I've been able to enhance the next generation.
Yeah.
So when you start hearing the story, it's go well beyond just selling products.
Selling products. That's really an amazing story there. If you're listening in and you're a vendor or a consumer like myself and you have any questions or you want to contribute to the conversation, you can send us a message on 055 1111997 and we'll talk a bit more about work. But let's get through the journey, because I know you're from Haiti.
Yeah.
But of course your heavy French accent
says
that you literally grew up in France.
Yes.
Tell us about the growing up bit and how you you became a global citizen.
So yes, I grew up in France from more or less the age of 4 until I turned around 20.
Mm.
It has not been an easy journey, but I think, I believe, hardship shaped me and as well made me who I am today.
What kind of hardship are you referring to?
Well, France in 1990, I remember going first time to school. People, I was the only black person there in that school.
Okay.
And, I remember the first kids were so surprised. Some of them were sending me bananas. We're talking about 1990s.
1990s.
Yeah. So, and people are always surprised. Like I said, no, I remember that I went to a summer camp in a school, and after 1 week, my parents have to pull me away because of the aggressivity, and me, I was a little bit confused about why people, what's their problem. So, it's also my first experience as a child, because I discovered racism.
Yeah.
What I wasn't expecting, what for me it was new,
Yeah.
the harsh way. But otherwise, as well, a lot of great things in my journey. I the school system was great. I also make some fantastic friends,
Mm.
and I think the integration went well. The French system, wherever you come from, you can actually go to the best university
Okay.
and the
Okay.
best schools. So
Before we actually get to the university,
Yeah.
let's stay
in
a
my
little bit
childhood,
longer when in the childhood,
Yeah.
when you were experiencing the racism and
Mhm.
your parents had to actually pull you out of summer school
Mhm.
and all of that. What lessons were you picking up from then? I mean, if you look
well,
back, what did
you
it
know,
do to you?
it's. I remember when I say, if you can't cope with it now, there's no way when you become an adult you can cope with it, because that's the world is the way it is.
Hmm.
So you can either give up, or you can either prove to people that first, number one, you are as smart and smarter than anybody else. So don't let people define you.
Yeah.
You define yourself. And you see some people sometimes they let society define who they are, what success look like. And I will tell you a story. I used to play a lot football. I play in the French Premier League under 17.
You did.
I did.
Wow.
And I wanted to stop schools to go and play football, to go and play soccer. And I had this conversation with my parents, and there was some Spanish club doing proposal to my family for me to move to Spain to play on the junior league. And I believe in destiny and God. And the day the week I was supposed to go to the exam, physical exam.
Yeah.
You have to do all this
Yeah.
physio test
Yes.
and so on. I get injured.
Wow.
I get injured. I was, of course, sad and depressed,
Yeah.
and anyway, my parents were completely not supportive about me thinking about going to play football, because
Oh, they didn't support the journey.
they didn't support it at all, because they're also thinking when you look at it, even in the US, most black people want to be NBA players
Right.
because that's their sports. In Europe, most people want to be a football players. But the probability technically to become a top champion NBA players and to live out of it is way less than to be one of the best students, the best university.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to access to Harvard or London Business School and make a great career than going to play football
Yeah.
or
as
basketball.
a professional.
As
Yeah.
a professional. It's almost impossible. And also, what I learned playing in the academy is like you think you are great, but then I remember going you are 12, 14, you'll be wake up, and in the old days they'll wake you up 5 a.m. in the morning, cold winter, cold water, and they will say 60 of you. At the end of this session, we'll keep only 15. And most people don't give up because they are great. It's because they don't have the mental toughness. So they will call your parents. They will tell you pack your bags just because you couldn't wake up at 6 a.m. to do a morning run, or just because you are supposed. That's the diet you are supposed to follow, and you are still kind of a kid, and you just want to have fun, and they will just look at you. You know what? You are not ready for this because the discipline it required, you will not make it. And most people I've met and people I've played with, then everybody has the same skill, can run under the 100 meters more in the same seconds.
Yeah.
It's just mental toughness and the discipline. A bit of luck as well, It matters, but that taught me a lot of lesson about resilience, about about how you build your mental toughness to, what, if I want this, it requires some sacrifice.
Yeah.
Nothing is free in life. It
Nothing.
requires some sacrifice. It requires discipline and making choices.
So if it wasn't for that injury, that unfortunate injury, we probably will be looking at the next Dembele, Mbappe, or the next Messi, huh?
You know what? My coach was telling me you are great, but you don't have the passion of the other players.
Okay.
I remember that coach, who is actually the one who pushed me to go to professional academy. He said,
Yeah.
you are great, but because I wouldn't spend my time watching football on TV. So people couldn't. So the other guy are passionate, they wake up morning. Me, I enjoy and go playing
Yeah.
and winning. I can go to the stadium, but not going to the hard way,
Yeah.
spending like half a day doing only one movement with a ball against the wall.
Is it because you didn't see it as a profession you want to take?
I'm not sure I was convinced. And you know what? To move to the academy, usually players are excited. Me, the coach was to convince me, hey,
Yeah.
you have been, some of the scouts have seen you for the last 5 years. You have scored so many goals and this and that, so you should join this. And I, oh, really? But it's, so I don't think that mentally I would have gone far.
Okay.
And I'm very aware of this.
Yeah.
I was great, but great is not enough.
Yeah.
It's great. Is really not enough to
Okay.
make it through.
So now that dream wasn't to be.
Yes.
So where was your head now? Now that football was no longer a career you wanted to be in.
Something as well happened when I was in high school. So it was at the time I was shifting, that football was decreasing, and I dated a ladies, and her dad told me, if you don't become A, B, C, D, and if you don't get admission in that type of schools, we don't want a black guy in the family. So you should better. And you know what?
That's what her dad told you.
Yes, and you can think it's racism, but in a way, he pushed me indirectly to get admission to the most selective program, because it gave me kind of a challenge. I said, you know what, I'm going to make it. And funny enough, this lady, this girlfriend at that time, didn't get admission to where we were going, and I got admission. So it was kind of interesting. So then, it gave me that extra motivation in discovering, and as well.
That's hilarious. So she didn't get admission to the
get
school.
Admission to
but
the school.
Her dad says that if you don't get admission to the school, you can't date his daughter.
Yes. So I get better grade and I get admission to that pre-university program.
So who broke up with who? You broke up with her?
No, she broke up with me, but at the end, it's life. But it was good.
I see.
Because I don't think I would have been so ambitious to go in and target this type of very elitist program.
Okay.
Which is
what program was that?
So in France, we have what you call class prep. So class prep is like they take more or less the best 5% of junior high school students. So they just take all your mark. And you actually go to this type of program if you want to go to the top engineering school, top medical school, top military school. If you finish this, all the president, all the politicians, all the 90% of the executive in top company in France went for that program. So there's a lot of discrimination. Like people ask you, where did you attend that? Have you done prep?
Yeah.
Because prep is you will work close to 50 hours per week. And every week, for example, you start the program with a class of 50, and they would tell you every week we are going to sack the bottom of the class.
Wow.
The bottom of the class until you move to the second year. And when you move to the second year, you have a national exam.
Yeah.
But just going to the second year, you are almost guaranteed you get access to the best company to the best institution
Mm-hmm.
for work placement and then to start your career. I was the last student not being sacked from the class prep. So I was number 21. And mentally as well, every time you do exam every days, every week on science mostly, on geography, and it's random. And they will give the paper based on the last student. So
Okay.
what you don't want is kind of an humiliation because you don't want to be called the first.
Yeah.
You don't want to be called the first because usually they go by the worst to the best.
Yeah.
And it's a system that has been created in 1800 by the military to
Okay.
detect who will be managing the country
Okay.
later on. So,
Wow, that's a very
so
interesting.
I was the
one.
last student to not be fired.
Yeah. So now you've built a career in sales and leadership.
Mm-hmm.
You commenced, from cosmetics, L'Oreal,
Mm-hmm.
got into the spirit industry,
Mm-hmm.
managing some Pernod Ricard brands,
Yeah.
and now you are in the FMCG space.
Mm-hmm.
How different are these industries, and which one would you say is the most challenging?
They are fairly different because of the speed, but the fan milk business, frozen business, in a environment where infrastructure, cold chain, when I was in alcohol, it's not a topic. When I was in cosmetic, it's not really a topic. Your product shelf life is like years. But this one, every day, if you have a minor problem, it's become a big problem. Because your street vendors, nobody wait for them to say, hey, I'm going to eat fine ice at 10 o'clock on Saturday. I eat it now. I want it now. So nobody is going to wait.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge,
Okay.
Cold chain is the biggest challenge. Also great level of learning because the complexity
Yeah.
and the speed. Yeah.
What moment in this career,
Mm-hmm.
from all these phases of your life, taught you the most about leadership?
I think when I moved to Nigeria at one point in my career, and I was a little bit, I was hired to go and set up Pernod Ricard Nigeria. So basically the first employee on the payroll.
Okay.
And I thought that because I was successful in Ghana, I launched a couple of brands in Ghana that are very popular now, and most people know about it. I thought that, it's going to be an easy one. And hiring people, it was, and I hired a team and it didn't work at all, So you fail because you use your definition of it. I learned a lot about the culture. How do you adapt to different culture, to different style,
Yeah.
to different generation? And for me, the when I was in charge, I realized, damn, it's not easy. You need to motivate people every day. And then the business collapses and you need to motivate again. So it was a very defining moment that when in my early moment in Pernod Ricard, I have a change of leadership. It was very unstable. Big multinational, there's always a genius every 12 months who wants to put a new organization. So at a point I really thought giving up. And I was like, what I'm doing here, I should just go back to Europe, and why should I myself for this? So it was, and I met a great mentor. He shaped my life.
I see.
Yeah. I met a great mentor who told me, look, think about the long term. You are young, you are suffering, but that's part of the journey for where you want to go. And I think to embrace failure, when the business completely collapsed. I've met business, Pernod Ricard didn't work so well at the beginning. Now it's successful in Nigeria. I have to be relocated to South Africa.
Wow.
I have to be relocated to South Africa because there's an urgency for safety. So I moved to South Africa. And, after I learned to never give up.
Yeah.
If you come again and again and again, it will work out. If you don't
Right.
give up, it will work out.
And you didn't give up on the Ghana business. Congratulations.
No, for me, I
Yeah.
cannot. I don't see it. I see
Yeah.
only one way to make it successful.
I need to
And
commend you for that, honestly. In fact, I need to. I think you've got a great team as well. The likes of Gloria
mhm.
Ofori, my very good friend, who's a very hardworking person. Of course, Kenneth. I know. I was telling you, Kenneth is still in work mode. Like, they're still going at it around the clock. So I'm sure the team has played a very important role in getting the company to where it is.
Yeah, definitely. So we and something I'm very proud. We have the youngest team on the whole Danone. The average age of the leadership team and the head office is below 40.
Oh, really?
Yes. I brought,
Wow.
and also it's also something I wanted to prove to Danone, because it has not been successful.
Mm.
You know, so first Africa for Western companies is difficult. Then Sub-Sahara is difficult, and West Africa, the Ghana city is not the easiest environment. But I wanted to prove to the company as well that there are a lot of black talent.
Mm.
Because sometimes, because of my accent, I'll be sitting in a meeting, I'm the only black guy there, and people forget I'm black. And I will see their comment, which is not like they don't throw banana at me, but I say, I've been with I know these people, I've been at school with them 30 years ago. So I know sometimes in the comment, in the modern world, people are way more polished, but also I want to make that point that a company with black leadership is going to be successful and way more successful
Wow.
and much beyond Ghana,
Yeah.
Making it proud to send even expat from Ghana to France, So
Okay.
we have one first person that we successfully moved from Ghana to the French head office.
Wow.
And I want to move more. We have somebody who moved to Belgium recently
Mm.
as well.
Mm.
So to spread beyond, we say from Ghana to the world.
From
That's
Ghana
what's
to the
from
world.
Ghana to the world, yeah.
Wow, that's great. Lots of messages coming in. I got this one here from, it says a blue magician. Is that an Odadie?
All right.
I identify with the fun milk vending support success.
Mm-hmm.
With a single mother on a low income, this is what supported the funding of my schooling in Jonte back in the 90s and continued to the best SSS. Of course, that's Presec Legon. Yeah, that's a very lovely one. Thank you so much for sending in your message. We're grateful. You can also send us a message on 055-111-997. This is Personality Profile here on Joy FM. I'm spending time with the managing director of Fun Milk, Mr. Lionel Parent, or Parent. Yeah. So, Fun Milk has been a part of Ghana's story for decades.
Yes.
And at least one of the things that I'm taking away today is how proud I am that it continues to thrive and is doing even better. What's your vision for the brand under your leadership?
So first, this year, 65 years. And it has been a year and close to 18 months. So I'm very proud that the business now in Ghana is growing so fast. We are bigger than Nigeria. And in West Africa, you used to be Nigeria to be the biggest company.
Yeah.
But Ghana probably, we are bigger than Nigeria.
Ghana is bigger than
Ghana is
Nigeria.
bigger than Nigeria. So
Wow.
we are winning this one.
Yeah.
So that's number one. And then my vision, it's different bucket. But first, the vision that I put from day one, we are going to triple the size of Fun Milk Ghana. And initially, a lot of people were extremely skeptical. Say, hey, we were about closing the business, and this guy is coming and say he wants to triple the size of the business. And normally this year versus 2023, we will have almost double the business. So that first the scale, because scale does matter, and as well we are embracing all the new technologies. So from the street vendor, we are piloting a lot of what would be a push cart with a solar panel, to ease the job and to do cooling on the go.
Yeah.
Or even all our distribution network. We are piloting right now in around 60 locations, cooler connected to solar panel,
Yeah.
because it's also a big impact
Yeah.
on the saving for the people who run the shops, and as well for the quality of the product.
Yeah.
Like that is consistently keep frozen,
Very
frozen,
frozen.
frozen,
Yes.
very
yes.
fresh. And as well, we are going to venture in new product category.
Mm.
So first we have this frozen, our fan yogo, but we also want to expand into new category
Yeah.
that are not frozen, various dairy products,
Yeah.
cereal products, and that's really what is going to drive us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's really impressive. I'm happy you're thinking sustainability. I'm sure you guys embed that in your operations as well.
Yeah.
Now you've lived in several countries.
Yes.
What life lessons have travel and cultural diversity taught you?
Humility. Humility, because I'm someone self-confident, and sometimes when you are successful early, your ego can, but every country has life humble you. So I have really learned to unlearn what I know and to learn new ways, because you think that, okay, I was global head of distribution and route to market and I know everything. Then I moved to a country and I discovered a completely different way of working and doing the business. Or as well, to take time to really think who is going to make things successful. To not judging where people are coming from, but what's their drive. I remember, for example, I was in Tunisia. I did a full assessment it's a big operation, close to 5,000 people. And then I was like, this guy has the lowest score, but when I see him on day to day, he's the most effective. And so I tend to not I really learned first humility and not to judge people,
Okay.
to embrace
Yeah.
new culture, to embrace how people are operating, because my way of thinking is not right. And this one, I really learned it like just listen and listen and listen
Yeah.
to different culture and what they can bring.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you met you
Yeah.
10 years from now,
Yes.
what legacy would you hope you have built?
What legacy I would have built? I hope I'm going to leave a legacy where the talent, something that lasts forever, is a talent I would have developed and grown, would have moved the business to a next stage.
Okay.
Beyond that, what I would have expecting myself to do.
Okay.
And it's something I'm very, very proud of. When I interview people, I usually ask them, okay, who are the people you have developed and what are they doing today? And then I check their profile to see people are telling me story. And I'm always excited when I have scenes. I have people calling me back from 10 years, 5 years, and when I see how they progress fast in their career, that they are successful.
Yeah.
That means you really know that you have passed the baton.
Yeah.
You have passed the baton. That's something I really, really want to leave as a legacy. Successful individual, self-confident, are making things happen.
What's one trait you look for in a leader?
In a leader, I would say first integrity, moral integrity,
Okay.
courage. For me, people who are courageous to speak up, who are courageous to confront you and tell you, no, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Who have the courage to tell even their leaders, like, look, I think we should do that way.
Okay.
And I can insist, I can fight, these fighting spirits. And discipline, I learned it playing sport at certain level. Discipline will take you much further than individuals who are smarter. If you are disciplined, you repeat daily or weekly something, it will work out at the end. So discipline, courage, and even humility as well.
Humility. Okay.
Humility is very important.
And you mentioned integrity as well.
Yes.
One trait that won't get you hired.
One trait won't get me hired. Look.
Not you, but anybody.
Anybody. If
one trait that will make you not hire somebody.
One trait I will make if and consistency. You know, some
Inconsistency.
yes, and I will link into a more or less. You listen to some people and you check between their ambition and what are they willing to do
Mm.
to achieve it.
Okay.
I always ask them, and I always try to understand what this role that you want to do, how does it play for your future.
Okay.
And sometimes you see that it's completely disconnected.
Ah.
It's not about how high you want to go. It's about, even if you want to go on the same line, what you want to do now you have to measure the impact for you to achieve that goal.
Okay. I
So
get that.
usually, if your story don't add up, why you want to do that, why you want to work here, what is bringing to you as an individual, then I don't trust that, because
It will be helpful to your journey.
yes, then if it's not helpful to your journey, that
Yeah.
means as soon as you met obstacles,
Yeah.
you are going to question why you are here.
Yeah.
But
okay.
when you know why you are suffering, you know
Okay.
why it's worth it.
Okay. Quick fire questions.
Ooh.
Your favorite Ghanaian food?
Oh, jollof, definitely. This one, there's no fight. No, I love kotomre as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I love the leaves and kotomre. Yeah.
What's one Ghanaian phrase you've learned and loved?
Ghanaian phrase, you know, yes please, no please. You know, growing up in a French culture, which is way more direct,
Yeah.
we don't understand when people just say yes please, no please.
Yeah.
So it's just like briefing, but it took me a while. You know, it doesn't
Yeah.
have the same meaning. You know,
Yeah.
or sorry oh,
Oh, see which one?
sorry oh, you know the
Sorry.
oh,
Sorry.
oh, sorry oh, hey.
Describe your morning routine in one word.
Energy.
If Fun Milk
Mm-hmm.
were a person, how would you describe its personality?
Joyful.
What's your favorite personal possession?
Captain.
What's that?
Captain.
Captain.
Yes.
What's
You know,
that?
when you say favorite position, right?
No, possession.
Possession.
Yes, something you own.
Something I own.
Yeah.
Something I own. I would say I still keep my soccer shoes from back then. You know, simple.
Yeah.
I still have them. Yeah, they have traveled. I live in 10 countries. And always my wife said, why are we carrying this thing? I don't know. I still have them. Yes.
The disappointed striker.
The bonus striker.
No. I'm just calling you the disappointed striker who's carrying his shoes all over the world, but he
Yeah.
doesn't get to play.
Yeah, I
Now,
don't play
what
with it.
sports do you play? You play what?
I've joined the clan of paddle tennis. So, you know, it's
Paddle,
like
yeah.
high energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably get into paddle at some point, but now I do tennis. So we
I'm-
should play tennis sometime.
I'm waiting for you.
I hear you. What's your greatest fear?
My greatest fear is, is to disappoint people
Okay.
in general, It's not disappointing my parents or my family, it's disappointing people, when you carry the responsibility
Yeah.
of operating a company. It's families who live
Yeah.
out of their income.
Yeah.
It's an ecosystem. Or you see the message of this mother, single mother. For me, it's like I don't want to disappoint these people.
Okay.
I take it very personal, So I don't want people to suffer because of mistake or,
Yeah.
of corporate politics.
Yeah.
For me, it's something that really, like, I can't swallow it.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got an amazing story, Leo, and we are grateful that you came by today. I mean, we could have gone on and on and on, but we're out of time now. So I'd like to say thank you so much
Thank you, Lexis.
for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any final words you want to leave us with?
No, finally, keep it up. We keep bring the joy of fan milk for
Yeah.
another 65 years. higher and higher, and never give up
Thank
on
you.
your dream.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should share a bottle of Fun Max after here. I had one after tennis this morning, so I still have the taste lingering in there. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great hanging out with you. Thanks a lot to Ken and the whole team at Fun Milk. I'm Lexis Bill. This has been Personality Profile with my guest, the MD of Fun Milk. It's 8 o'clock. Let's find out what's happening in news.
8 o'clock.
Hello, good evening. Enjoy headline news at 8 with me, Michael Ashali. Details in the newly formed United Party says there's no turning back to the New Patriotic Party (NPP), rejecting what it calls a misleading amnesty offer. National chairman for the newly created party, Abubakar Sadiq Boniface, says their split is final to revive Ghana's 1957 UP tradition rooted in unity and national service. The Alan Chamanten-led Movement for Change has now officially transitioned into this party.
But today they claim they are giving us amnesty. What does amnesty mean? What crime has our new leader committed? What crime did I commit in MPP for you to sack me? And today you are telling me you are giving me amnesty. No way. No way. When you divorce in Islam, when you divorce a woman 3 times, she's no longer your wife.
You heard the national chairman for United Party, Abubakar Sadiq Boniface. To some other stories, and the Ministry of Health is rejecting claims by former Health Minister Dr. Bernard Okuboy that the Mahama-led government has abandoned the Agenda 111 project. Dr. Okuboy says many hospitals remain incomplete and healthcare delivery is crippled.
3 of these at Ejima Kwamoma District Hospital at Chede, Oforikrom District Hospital at Kokobin, and Hunter West District Hospital at Bunahanta were actually commissioned, with equipment and everything being put inside. But today, because of politics, nobody has even tried to put our health workers into these hospitals.
But the ministry insists that several facilities were non-operational under the previous government. To some other stories, and the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority (DVLA) is refuting claims it has been charging illegal compliance spot fines. MPP MP for Ifia, Isaac Boamanyakun, accused the authority of introducing unapproved charges of 225 Ghana cedis for vehicle owners found breaching regulations, calling it unlawful and demanding sanctions.
No, fees and charges are imposed by Parliament, okay, not by any government agency on its whims and caprice, by regulation. So you would normally have made your fees, taking it through government for approval, and then it will be laid before Parliament. Parliament will have to approve it before you go ahead and charge. But here's the case: the DVLA had gone ahead to charge people for either sport fines, amongst others, without recourse to Parliament. And that is an affront to the law.
But the DVLA tonight is fighting back. We can listen to Corporate Affairs Director Stephen Atu.
I don't know whether he's a first-timer or he's been around Parliament for a while, but then there is a regulation. In fact, the name of the regulation is Fees and Charges Miscellaneous Provisions. That is Regulations 2023 LI 2481. In that LI, at page 123, it contains the fees and charges that are approved by Parliament for the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority.
You hear the Corporate Affairs Director for DVLA, Stephen Atu. Now, the General Agricultural Workers Union is warning of a national emergency as illegal mining continues to destroy farmlands and forest reserves. The union, in a statement, says over 100,000 acres of cocoa, 30,000 acres of palm oil, and 2.5 million hectares of forest have already been lost to Galamsey. Now, finally, before we take leave of our studio, the Kumasi High Court has adjourned to October 28th the injunction case filed by Akusu Asewa, who's seeking recognition as the only surviving spouse of late music icon Daddy Lumba. She's asking the court to affirm her right to perform all widowhood rights. We can listen to her lawyer, William Kusi.
On the 28th, we are going to argue that motion. And to us, we are happy because we don't want to disrupt the 6th December funeral. All we want is for the court to determine who is a wife, who is the surviving spouse of Lumba. That's the only issue before this court. And we are so confident because it has been tried learning that when you marry a woman under the ordinance, and it's not dissolved by the court, that marriage subsists. That is what we are saying.
You heard the lawyer for Akusia was the plaintiff in the case. And that ends the news at 8 with me, Michael Ashali. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. Up next is Kent's Music Mix with Uncle Ken. Please do stay.
Joy 99.7 FM.
What does better life mean to you? Better life means going on a luxurious trip, paying the fees of my wards with ease, giving a befitting burial to my loved ones when death strikes unexpectedly. At Quality Life Assurance